Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to be diving into a concept that's totally changing the game for the corporate world: corporate social responsibility. It's all about looking past the profits and really digging into a company's total impact on society.
So, let's just jump right in with a huge question, one that really gets to the heart of all this. For the longest time, the main and, let's be honest, often the only job of a company was to make as much money as possible. But is that really all there is to it? Well, the answer to that is changing, and fast.
You see, we've kind of moved on from seeing companies as these separate things, living in their own little bubble. Now, we see them for what they are, a huge part of our communities, woven right into the social fabric. And because of that, our expectations have completely shifted. We don't just want them to sell us stuff, we expect them to be good neighbors, you know?
Okay, so let's get into it. Corporate social responsibility, or CSR. You hear this term thrown around all the time, but what does it actually mean? Is it just some trendy buzzword? Nope, it's way more than that. It's a real, structured way of thinking about how to do business.
Let's really break this definition down, because a few words in here are just crucial. See how it kicks off with commitment? That's a big deal. We're not talking about a one-off donation or a fancy press release. This is an ongoing promise. A promise to be ethical, to help the economy grow, and, this is the big one, to actually make life better for every single person the company touches, from its own employees to the entire community.
And this model right here, it's a brilliant way to see how this actually works. Look at that circle in the middle, quality of management. Think of that as the company's brain, right? Every single decision made there is like dropping a stone in a pond. The ripples spread out and touch everything. The workplace, which is how it treats its own people, the marketplace, which is all about its customers, the environment, its planetary footprint, and of course the local community. It just goes to show you, no business decision ever happens in a vacuum.
Okay, so a commitment sounds great, but how does that actually turn into action? Well, there's this fantastic framework called Carroll's Pyramid of Responsibility. It's a super helpful way to see how CSR is built layer by layer, right from the ground up.
So let's start at the bottom, the very foundation of this whole pyramid. That's economic responsibility. And look, let's be real here. If a company isn't making money, it can't do anything. It can't pay its people, it can't serve its customers, and it certainly can't do any good in the world. So first and foremost, it has to be profitable. That's the bedrock everything else stands on.
All right, moving up a level, we've got legal responsibility. This one's pretty straightforward. Society sets rules, and businesses have to follow them. This isn't optional. It's the cost of entry, the price of admission just to be in the game. We're talking about all the laws and regulations, everything from product safety to how you treat your workers.
Okay, now here's where it gets really interesting. Above the law, we have ethical responsibility. This is all about going beyond what's legally required. It's about doing what's right, what's fair, what's just, even when no one's forcing you to. It's about choosing to do the right thing, not just the required thing.
And finally, at the very peak of the pyramid, we have philanthropic responsibility. This is where a company truly steps up to be a good corporate citizen. It's about proactively giving back, contributing resources to the community, promoting well-being, and using its success to improve life for others. This is where a company's impact can be truly amazing.
So you might be thinking, okay, this all sounds great, it's about being good, and it is. But here's the kicker. It's also incredibly smart business. Let's dig into why doing good is also really good for business.
I mean, the business case for CSR is just undeniable. Let's just hit a couple of these key points. First off, in a super crowded market, having strong social values makes your brand totally unique. It helps you stand out. It also builds up this bank of goodwill. So if something ever goes wrong, people are more willing to give you the benefit of the doubt. And maybe the biggest one of all, it's what people demand today. Customers want to buy from ethical companies, and the absolute best employees, they want to work for them. That is a massive competitive advantage.
And this quote right here just nails it perfectly. CSR isn't about writing a big check once a year. It's so much deeper than that. It's about how you make your money in the first place. It's about weaving this sense of responsibility into the very fabric of the business, from the supply chain to customer service, so that everything you do creates a positive ripple effect.
Which brings us to a final, crucial question. If CSR is such a clear win-win for everyone, for companies and for society, why isn't every single company a model corporate citizen? What are the barriers getting in the way? Is it the intense pressure for short-term profits, the initial costs, or is it all just really complicated? Thinking about that, well,
That's the challenge that defines the future of business ethics. Thanks for watching The Explainer.